So does your insurance company have a right to repair your home? Believe it or not, there are some policies that allow this. We're going to take a quick dive into a couple of examples and talk about this because a lot of people don't realize this usually happens with smaller, specialized insurance companies. So my name is Mike Keeler. I'm a licensed public adjuster in the state of Florida. Here's my contact information. So some of these policies contain certain endorsements or a right to repair, meaning the insurance company can repair your home by their choice, and this language is sometimes hidden within the policy. We're going to take a look at both of these examples in a policy, two different policies that talk about one, the preferred contractor endorsement, and then this right to repair that's hidden within your policy sometimes. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so what we have here is a policy with Southern Fidelity. Okay, Southern Fidelity. And what I want to point out to you is the following. So, as I mentioned, you got to be very careful. Sometimes the agents will give this to you thinking they're doing you a favor, but it's actually a disservice. Okay? So you get a whopping $133 off of your policy for the year, which is what? About $12, not even, $11 times 12, $132. So the preferred contractor endorsement, let's take a look. These things are usually always in the back. Okay. So what does this policy do? In consideration of the credit that you get on your declaration page, you agree to the following. It allows us at our option, the insurance company, to select a contractor of our choice to make covered repairs to your dwelling or other structures. So, there's a lot involved with that. Let's go through some of the caveats as to why this is not a good thing to have on your policy. So, number one, they're going to choose a substandard contractor. Their work they're going to be is not going to be of high quality. You got to be careful of the materials that they use. And the other big little phrase here is covered repairs. So they can say that some of your repairs or some of the damage is not actually a covered repair. That's what you'll find out on this too. You know, a couple years ago, some of these companies that have where you have to use their contractor, including the big company here in Florida, Citizens, they were using used materials. So they would get the materials, drywall, certain sections, baseboards, and use that, take it from one house and use it into another. So you always want to make sure that you ask, if you do happen to have this in your policy, and this is probably a little bit more popular in Florida than it is in other places, but it still exists in other states, have them produce receipts for every single thing that they have bought. Everything. So that you know, is it apples to apples or is it sour apples to grapefruit? In other words, completely different. So this is the preferred contractor endorsement, Southern Fidelity. All right, so this other part is about stuff that's sometimes hidden in your policy. Now, quick point. This is a company, smaller company called Olympus. And if you take a look, this is page 90. Well, there's 90 pages here. Your homeowner's policy is always over 50 pages. Your automobile policy is about 4 pages. Now just look at all this different stuff. These are just like endorsements in certain forms, okay? Just look at all the different exclusions, not covered, exclusions, limited, right? And this is why I try to tell people all the time. When you have a homeowner's claim, you are walking into a minefield. Not everything is covered, by no means. It's very limited. And every year that goes by, it keeps on getting less and less coverage. So they even sneak certain things in. This is in particular a special provision for Florida. And all that means is that they're trying to hide some stuff. All right, so let's take a look at this. Now this has to do with a right to repair. So when we take a look at it, underneath this special provision in Florida, which let's bring it, it goes on for a long time here, but I'll get to it real quick. See, here we go. Here it is right here. This is a whole separate policy within a policy. And then come across, there's all these different things. It is right here. Okay. So we talk about lawsuits and everything, and then right here is the interesting part, our option. Now you would never know this. It is very quietly hidden in this policy. Okay? In lieu of issuing any lost payment, any check to you to do your own repairs, if we choose to exercise our option, we will provide written notice to you no later than 30 days after inspection of the loss that we may invoke our option to repair within a stated time frame. Okay? So essentially, and I've got them a couple times on this, handling different policies very similar. So once they inspect a property, they have 30 days to try and claim their right to repair. Now, even when they do this, there's certain things that we can do to get around this. But they've tried to enact and invoke their right to repair after 30 days on a few occasions. And if you don't have somebody good representing you, or if you don't know, you're kind of screwed. So they tried to do it to me a couple times. I'm like, no, that's not going to work. Take a look at their policy, buddy. So, these insurance companies just quietly throw stuff in there. And guess what? It's the same thing as a preferred contractor. They get to choose their contractor. So it definitely isn't beneficial for you, the homeowner. If this was for your benefit, they wouldn't have to sneak it in there, the language. So we just went through a couple different situations of a contractor endorsement, a preferred contractor endorsement, and then how these insurance companies sneak in language into the policy to try and take advantage of you in this right to repair. So not all policies are like this. Normally the big guys like State Farm, Allstate, Progressive, they don't have any of these clauses. But it's mostly these smaller specialized companies that are trying to really extend or really grow their revenues and profit by keeping costs extremely low. So they want to handle everything. Now, a lot of these contractors that are hired by insurance companies, are not good whatsoever. I could tell you story after story about insurance companies we've actually sued because if they do the job and they don't do it correctly, or there's things that are screwed up, or they don't give you the same type of materials, you can actually sue them for all the damages again. So it's really a high risk, but the problem is they know that a lot of people, once they enter into this, they don't realize that they have rights to try and get out of it, try to sue the insurance company, and try to force them to do the right thing. So they prey upon that. As I mentioned, a homeowner's insurance policy is a very complex legal document. It is nothing like auto insurance. So again, my name is Mike Keeler. I'm a licensed public adjuster in the state of Florida. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or need help with a claim, here's my contact information.